Hello, I am José Arcila, a student of architecture at the Simón Bolívar University. In this page, I will explain how the concepts studied in English for Architecture and Urban Planning 3 class are applied in the Venezuelan context, and how the combination of these characteristics makes Venezuelan architecture unique. Architectural concepts of color, light, texture, acoustics, rhythm, horizontal and vertical circulation, space, and scale are present in all the buildings. However, only the correct treatment of their potential allows the architect to give a unique and comfortable experience to the dwellers of a space. So, I will show some examples of Venezuelan buildings that could be considered as a success in each topic. Venezuela belongs to the Caribbean countries and shows the most representative characteristics of the tropical nations. The use of color as a special part of the building that give dynamism and life to the facades or even the interiors. It is mostly visible in colonial houses of all towns, but it is excellently applied in some big and modern constructions as the complex of the Central University of Venezuela, where Carlos Raúl Villanueva joined art and architecture especially by the use of vibrant and colorful artistic works, and the treatment of entire buildings as the central library and the architecture faculty as big sculptural pieces distinguishable from the distance. The tropical climate is a constant in Venezuelans life. All the year, Venezuela is strongly insulated by the sun. This characteristic makes possible to play with the natural light to make unique contrasts with shadows and to have illuminated spaces. In the Central Bank of Venezuela headquarters, designed by Tomás José Sanabria, this contrast is developed in an apparently very closed building, due its security needs, but connected with the exterior through pergolas that sieve the sunlight to produce a soft general illumination or creating a dynamic and strong progression of light and shadows in some points. In Venezuela, the main construction material is the concrete. Its durability and formal possibilities makes it a constant in all Venezuelan buildings. This has influenced our architecture, which in general seems to be strong, hard and durable. Texture is the main expressive resource used to show that forcefulness, as in the last example of BCB building. However, the biggest referent of the use of texture in Venezuela is the Teresa Carreño Cultural Complex, which belongs to the brutalist movement that keep in view the nature of the material, making a petrous, simple and monolithic refuge separated from the exterior. Venezuela is a dynamic country. Its cities has a constant activity in the street. So, the acoustic is an important aspect to be considered when designing a building, especially a theater or auditorium. The biggest example of acoustic court insulation is the Aula Magna of the UCB. This concert hall has the best acoustic of the country and was in the global top 5 when it was opened. The incredibly good acoustic reached in this space is because some elements as the clouds of color and micro perforations in the chairs and the carpet which absorb the echo caused in every big and closed halls. Most of the biggest urban and architectural developments executed in Venezuela are related to several and massive commercial or residential buildings. This, added to the characteristic practice of showing the structure, gives the opportunity to make big sequences in extended surfaces at the facades of the buildings. Parque Central Complex uses the structural elements to show the different stories and by its repetition obtains rhythmical vertical progressions that accentuate fluctuate the height of the tallest towers of the country. The dynamism of the daily life of Venezuelan people in the big cities gives importance to the design of good circulation systems, sometimes in reduced and limited spaces. Millennium Mall is a great example of a crossroad building. It is located between two important vehicular ways, in front of a square and over a subway station. So, this mall is a connector that links all these transit nodes in a triangular shape excavated in the terrain, crossed by bridges in some points to allow a fluid transit in an active city. Venezuelan cities are very connected in uses and its urban developments are usually related to big multipurpose complexes at metropolitan scale. It results in big lots and buildings that satisfy the needs of many people in dense cities. For example, Simon Bolivar Center is a complex that includes towers, commercial spaces, and even a new justice palace, yet unconcluded. It works as a metropolitan icon, so the scales treated on its spaces needs to be enough large to be used for people from all the city. In conclusion, Venezuela is a dynamic, energetic, warm and young country, where the life runs very fast. This is reflected in its architecture, which tends to be overwhelming, changing and even massive in some cases, adapted to connect the whole city and links the people with art in social and meeting places. The architecture in Venezuela is focused in the experiences of the street, the common place where the citizens get together. It is exactly like the Venezuelan people, friendly, social, and extroverted.